Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are
the Carbonation Conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to review one of the most anticipated movies next to Spider-Man, No Way Home. Matt Reeves, The Batman. But before we do, shout out to Mo
Beats 89
for the Batman intro.
Oh yeah,
or at least if he was able to. And obviously and always the audio editing and music production. If you are ever in need of audio editing and music production, logos, intros to Twitch, anything as far as digital media, should I say?
Yeah.
I think I
or even art as well.
Yeah, or art. Shout out to MoBeats89 on all platforms, and if you want to hit him up directly, the information is always in the description below. Guess what, Ito?
What?
The last time we spoke, I believe, besides I think the interview to Archive 81 episode 2, definitely check that out, shameless plug. I told you that we were past 350 downloads. As we speak right now, we are past 405.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Much
That deserves a shout out.
Exactly. And shout out to everyone around the world, but this time we are doing a special shout out to Texas. I don't know where you are, who you are, but thank you for listening. Shout out.
Speaking of Texas,
Yep.
Happy New Beer.
And we are drinking some Shiner Rock.
Bach. It's called Bach.
Bach.
Yes.
Wow, that looked like an R. Holy shit. Shiner Bach. I figured, since Texas came through with some huge downloads in the last week, why not dedicate this shout out and this Happy New Beer to them? We really appreciate it. And by the way, we are on all major platforms. Do not forget what helps us the most: like, comment, follow, subscribe. Now,
yes.
Happy
New Beer. It's good. The Bach is a bottom fermenting lager. It generally takes extra months of lagering to smooth out such a strong brew. Bach beer is generally stronger than your typical lager, more of a robust malt character with a dark amber to brown hue.
And it's made from whale water. Good.
I like it.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it old school with the Bach. I'm enjoying it. I think they even say since 19 something? Well, at least they say 100 years, past 100 years and shit. But yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Now, I don't even know how to approach this because Batman is my favorite character.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna
I know. We did Spider-Man's mine, and we did that already.
And I guess we should start not from the beginning, but the beginning. And when I say that is after was the last one in our time, like when we were kids and shit, or at least when I was a kid, like Forever or Batman and Robin.
No. I mean the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But before then, which was the last one? Was
Batman and Robin.
Okay, so Batman and Robin. Now, obviously, as a kid, I loved those. Batman, you had not seen Batman for a while, and then Christopher Nolan got his hands on Batman and changed the game.
Created something phenomenal.
I loved Batman Begins, and to me, Batman Begins is often like Twister. Actually, I can put the first two.
Dark Knight was the best of the three to me. Batman Begins is a little behind, but yeah, Dark Knight was just
absolutely
Heath Ledger. Oh my God! I'm so mad that this guy passed away because he was just getting to his peak of acting.
Yeah, because he was so good in other things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? For whatever reason, The Knight's Tale always.
Oh yeah, that's what. Me too.
Heath Ledger. I have no idea why, and he was awesome in that movie. But yeah, so.
Patriots.
You get. Oh yeah.
Patriot was
my child. Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit. But yeah, so Batman just has a big place in my heart, and for all intents and purposes, Christopher Nolan did him absolutely well. I have nothing bad to say, although I can't have a couple nitpicks about The Dark Knight Rises. I loved Bane.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't really like Tom Hardy's interpretation of Bane, maybe because they couldn't understand the motherfucker. But
well, shit, even with Batman, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure more people are happy he didn't go with the Christian Bale Batman voice.
Yeah, it's so funny. Man. I remember when after Dark Knight came out, one of the big hits on YouTube was that police scene when he's in the interview and shit. Where are they?
Yeah.
I don't understand. What are you saying? I'm trying to give you the answers here. But yeah, and Christian Bale, I mean, by all means, to me personally, next to Michael Keaton, was one of the best Batman.
He's great. And to me, this was the number one thing for me going into this movie. How Robert Pattinson was going to do.
Yes,
I'm like, can I take him serious?
Whenever we think of Robert Pattinson,
you think of fucking Twilight.
Yes,
automatically.
Yes, and that's, I mean, it was $1 million book. Top selling book, and it was $1 million movie franchise. You know,
when you think about that teeny bopper type shit, you know, I've never watched it.
I've never even seen it.
I've watched it.
And exactly, you know, it just wasn't my cup of tea. And it would be closing up on Robert Pattinson with his rosy cheeks and lights.
Right.
I'm a vampire. You know, that's just not something that we were into. So yeah, of course he was gonna get a bad rap, but obviously a job is a job, and I'm pretty sure he got paid millions of dollars to do it. And in between that time, he's become a very respectable actor. I have heard hella praise for The Lighthouse, that movie with him, and I think maybe William Dafoe. I don't know about the William Dafoe, but I've heard great things about that movie. We even interviewed, I forget that Netflix war movie that we interviewed, Robert Pattinson. He was in there.
The King, right? The King.
Yeah, The King. Yeah, that was he was really good in that.
Yeah, he was in. I didn't see, and I haven't seen this. I don't know why, but I haven't. He was also in Tenet, right?
Yes, I saw Tenet.
I know
he was
did.
Great.
Right.
Christopher Nolan ass, and that's what I can say about Christopher Nolan. Like, to me, like, Batman was getting a little bit too complicated and intricate, but that's the type of guy Christopher Nolan is. This is the exception. Tenet, I don't even know if we could review that movie. I'm gonna be honest.
Like that, huh?
Like, seriously. But anyway,
but we're here. We're with Matt Reeves now.
Yes.
And if you don't know, Matt Reeves directed the newer Planet of the Apes, the second and third one only.
Yeah.
Which were phenomenal.
I love the final.
Oh yeah. He did Cloverfield and the movie Let Me In. You know, good movies. You know what I mean? So he has a good rapport. Other stuff, but those are the ones that stuck out.
And he comes around as dark, intense. He's a very intense producer, but it's the emotion that he puts. Like when you see the Apes movies, bro.
Even
like,
that,
I
definitely.
cried like a fucking baby seeing in theaters that last Planet of the Apes movie. It was fucking phenomenal, man.
It was great,
and
definitely.
So, talk about Batman. Now we have Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck's Batman. I don't care what people say. Ben Affleck's Batman, to me personally, was the shit.
He was awesome. But he was like the later Batman, older Batman,
like
stuff
Dark
like that.
Knight Frank Miller. I don't know if you've ever seen the Dark Knight Frank Miller movies that they have of an old Bruce Wayne, just buff.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did see those. Yeah,
like
I did see those. Yeah.
And he was
It's been a while. It was a while ago.
Yeah. Hell of a while ago. And I even like Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. I thought he was great. And again, now coming back to Pattinson, we have very high expectations. Everybody was hyping this up, and to a certain degree, DC was kind of trying to keep everything in house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't it was hella promotion, but when compared to Spider-Man No Way Home, that they was kind of like, we think this is really good. And
well, this was a beginning. Spider-Man No Way Home was just something so much in the making. You know what I mean? That's gonna go like the same shit for the Flash movie. But
exactly, And I have to say, I'm gonna give you my first take first, my first opinion. I saw the movie twice.
Right.
I think this may be the best Batman film of all time. And I say that with high respect.
I truly feel I like the Dark Knight a little more.
Yeah.
But I feel like the second movie to this one was going to overtake everything.
Wow.
I feel like this is setting up for something amazing.
Wow. Okay.
That's how I feel.
Like I really, yeah. Okay. So let's get into this 3-hour fucking film, because that's what a lot of people are calling. They're just like, this is not.
Yes, because you know how you watch. You know, it's a movie that's long, and sometimes you watch it and you're like, it didn't seem like 3 hours.
Yeah.
This was 3 for fucking hours.
Man.
You knew you were there for 3 hours.
Yes.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it seemed like 3 hours.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was just so glad I didn't have to use the bathroom. That was my whole worry. Like, please don't have to piss. Please don't have to piss.
Yeah, it's so funny. I didn't get any beer. I got some liquor, but I didn't get any beer on purpose because I did not want to miss anything. And then way before the movie was almost about to start, Patty was like, hey, can you go give me a whiskey on the rocks? I'm looking at her like, really?
Really?
I had to run out. And she texted me. It's starting.
Oh,
Give me the time. Give me the time. I'm running in. But, yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so we got what? Zoe Kravitz playing Selena Kyle / Catwoman.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be comparing them to we're going to probably be comparing characters to the old characters to what we're used to. So definitely get used to that. Probably not going to go from A to B on this one. We're just going to have a fucking conversation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
But did you know that Zoe Kravitz played Catwoman in Lego Batman?
I did not know that. Did you see the trailer to Keanu Reeves' Batman with the pets? Did they show that in your Batman?
Oh yeah, the League of Pets.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's mainly it's The Rock. It's The Rock. The Rock
Kevin
and
Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Keanu, I was shocked. Keanu Reeves is Batman. I was like, well. And then I was thinking like, wow, he could have been Batman before. But anyways, go ahead.
But no, I just thought that was funny or tripped out that she actually played Catwoman in Lego Batman, and that was years ago.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But she was in Mad Max Fury Road, X-Men First Class, and she also played Mary Jane in Into the Spider-Verse.
My son's favorite movie. One of the I feel like one of the top 5 Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That was a great movie too. Oh yeah, definitely.
Then we got Jeffrey
Wright playing Lieutenant Gordon.
We all know Jeffrey Wright, Boardwalk Empire, Dr. Narcisse,
Westworld.
Yeah, James Bond. He's a reoccurring character.
Hunger Games.
Exactly.
And the one that always trips me out that I always forget that he was Peoples and Chef.
Yeah. Tiger Wolf.
Peoples, man.
Tiger Wolf.
Yeah.
Tiger Wolf.
Peoples. I always forget that's him.
Yeah, me too, man. And you know what? I really do feel like if he had enough publicity and advertising, he could honestly be the next Denzel.
He's already going off, and then now he was the voice of the in What If. The Watcher. He was the Watcher in the What If series.
Okay, I did not know that. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
And then we got Colin Farrell. My wife was totally shocked when I told her this. She did not.
She didn't know that.
I love when telling things to my wife
because
she's not into that. And so I was like, guess who that is? She's like, who? Colin Farrell. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Exactly. My wife. She probably will come on here one day.
And he is getting his own spin-off show.
I did hear about that.
There's going to be 2 spin-off shows.
Yeah.
That one and either Gotham PD or Arkham or one of the other.
Matt Reeves announced that canceled yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes, the Gotham PD specific show.
So I guess it's going to be Arkham series.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I would have loved to see that Gotham because he was saying it was going to surround just like a corrupt cop.
Because it was supposed to be Jeffrey Wright. It was supposed to be in it. You know what I mean?
Man,
we're supposed to, I guess, show him how he becomes commissioner.
Yeah. We got Paul Dano, and although Paul Dano does his work sparingly, he is a very notable actor. He was in Prisoners, that extremely weird character. We always remember him from The Girl Next Door.
That's like number one.
That was like a coming of age movie that just hit in the right time.
Yeah, but he was also in Sopranos.
Did not know that.
He was in There Will Be Blood.
Yes, The Preacher.
And Little Miss Sunshine.
I don't know if I saw that. George, who's coming on to review, so he fucking loved that movie.
Yeah.
And then we have John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. Which I really liked, but I have to say, Batman Begins Falcone better.
Oh yeah.
Hands down. For me.
Yeah.
I love John.
I love the actor, definitely.
Yes.
But I like the other guy. He seemed a little more intense, a little more.
Yes, and I just got to say the line because I guess this is the only time I'm going to say it. When Bruce Wayne walks in and Batman Begins, he said, "You think you deserve something because your mom and dad died?" He's like, "I can shoot you right now and nobody can." You see that, Judge?
Yeah.
You see that cop? And then he goes, "We live in a world that you will never understand. You always fear, but you'll never understand." That fucking actor who played Falcone in Batman Begins.
Oh yeah,
snap.
That was great.
And I'm not poo-pooing on this Falcone because he was really good.
That's funny because it's like some people say Falcone, some say Falcone.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Now, are we? I mean, again, were there any more notable actors?
Andy Serkis as Alfred.
Okay.
You know, he's the guy that played Caesar in Planet of the Apes.
I didn't know he was the guy with the arm in that Marvel movie. Somebody told me that.
Black Panther. He was in Black Panther.
Was like,
yeah.
That was
You didn't
him?
know that was him?
I didn't know that. And he's Alfred now?
That's him.
That's fucking awesome.
He's Gollum from Lord of the Rings and Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Yeah. I was a little disappointed because I wanted more from him, from Alfred.
Yeah, from Alfred, the character, more in the story, things like that.
Just because recently they've been trying to boost Alfred a certain way, they gave him his own show. Mm-hmm. He got his own show, Pennyworth.
Like military,
exactly. Then the TV show Gotham, he was a beast. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I would have been cool. And I see Andy Serkis playing. I'm like, okay, maybe. And he walks in with a cane. I'm like, that kind of disappointed me.
Now, Gerard Butler is Alfred.
Or Keanu Reeves.
Like, oh man. All right, like again, I don't know. The movie this starts with the monologue.
I mean, the first thing you see is you see the Batman just take over the whole screen. The Batman, like, you know, and it was just like how Joker started.
Yeah,
with Joaquin Phoenix,
right about that, yeah.
Joker, you know. So it was like, kind of tripped out. Then the first thing you see is you're looking out of Riddler's goggles. Mm-hmm. And he's just hearing him breathe, and he's scoping the area. He's scoping the mayor's mansion or whatever.
And at first,
looks at a security guard sitting on a chair, like maybe he's sleeping. And you think of Seinfeld: don't ever give security guards chairs. You know, like
son of a bitch.
Happy New Beer.
And then as he's looking, he's focusing, like Ito said, as he's looking at other people, he focuses on the mayor and his family. And at first, I was like, damn, they got ninjas in Gotham too? Obviously they do, but I just thought it was hilarious that they were introducing like that so fast.
Yes.
But what we find out is it's Halloween night.
Halloween night. And that was kind of a thing because a lot of this was based off the Long Halloween movie. So there's kind of like a little thing for that. So that was kind of cool.
Which I definitely want to see. I haven't seen.
I started watching the first one and I had to cut it off for something and I never finished it.
More than one? Like
there's two, part one and part two.
Okay, okay, good shit. And then we hear Bruce, Batman, talking.
Right, his monologue, talking about.
He's just basically saying that this is year 2. You know, he's been doing this nightly job basically for 2 years. And he honestly doesn't even know if he's making a difference. He thinks he's having an effect, but he doesn't know because crime is rising. You know, his rain is coming down. It's just basically grim and grimy, and it's Halloween night. And even though it's pouring rain outside, kids are still doing Halloween. And it just seems like Gotham, when we were first introduced to this, is just fucking insane.
Yes. I like, if anything, this is my favorite depiction of Gotham.
Yes.
You know
it has a life of its own.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like he's doing his monologue talking about, you know, what he's doing, and at the same time they show somebody robbing a store. They show somebody doing graffiti. They show this group of thugs on a train.
Looking at I'm assuming where their gang is basically, recording videos of them jumping. It looks like maybe an initiation because we do see one boy on the train with the half Joker
so
face.
it's supposed to be like he's not all the way in yet. Do you know who that actor is? Did you watch Titans?
No.
He played in Titans as Drake, the one of the.
Oh wow!
One of the Robins.
That's why I heard a lot of people were saying, "Oh, maybe he was Robin." I heard 2 candidates for Robin in this movie.
Yeah,
that was him, and then I heard the mayor's son.
Okay,
that was the second Robin candidate I heard.
Because it was one of those things that he felt a connection with the kid because of that. The mayor's son,
that alone, was phenomenal.
So
like you're saying, somebody is robbing a store. We see a gamer maybe looking at their next victim,
and then somebody tagging, and then the bat signal shows,
and he just starts talking it's like Sin City, you know what I'm saying? It had me in Sin City vibe. He's just like, they think I'm in the shadows, but what they don't know is I am the shadow.
I am the shadow.
And one thing I want to talk about is this fucking thing, this dome. How can the person that makes the music I will hopefully by the end of this movie find the name of the guy, because he's been used throughout a lot of movies, and everybody goes to this motherfucker when they need a badass background to a movie, and he developed this for this movie, for Batman, and unfortunately I can't even remember the Keanu Reeves Batman theme. I say Keanu Reeves, wow.
That the guy?
Let me see.
It's the original music, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Michael Giacchino? Is that his? Michael
Giacchino?
Yeah, Giacchino. And I say it's funny because I say Keanu Reeves, you didn't pick that up as Batman. But Christian Bale, I don't remember. It was kind of like like his Batman thing, and then obviously the original.
Right. I mean, it was good and stuff, but this one, it just something different.
I mean, and the different levels when, like again, fast forward into like him and the Alfred scene, was like,
Yeah.
I fucking loved it, man.
Yeah.
And
it was just so cool in that beginning part when everybody saw that bat signal. They showed fear.
Yes,
like
no
you know
words
what I mean?
necessary.
No words necessary. And that was like one of the coolest things at the beginning. To right away, and then like you don't know where he's coming from, type of thing. He is the shadow, so he could be at any one of those 3 different situations that they showed. Then of course they show the guys on the train start fucking with somebody. They get off the train and they're about to beat his ass or something, and then you just hear footsteps.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that was like so fucking awesome. Just wide ass screen blackness is douche.
God damn, like how has no one ever thought of this? This is like
only reason I can think is because he's supposed to be not stealth. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I guess you do have a point, because even Christian Bale's Batman, where are you?
Yeah.
Here. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Exactly.
But he
just came straight at your ass.
Man.
Maybe he's gonna learn stuff later.
Bro,
he'll learn that later.
I don't even know if I want him to.
I know, right? This was badass.
God, like it was, and he proceeds to wreak havoc on these guys. At the same time this is happening, we find out that the mayor is going against it's an election year basically, and his opponent is, as I pick up my mic and close up and looking at this shit, Bella Real, that's her name, played by Jamie Lawson. and that is his opponent.
Yeah.
And basically, they're having a debate.
Well,
he's on the phone. Go ahead.
Oh, he's with the. She's on the phone with him?
No, he's not on the phone with Bella, but he's talking to somebody. You know, when the Riddler does.
Oh, yeah.
Him. You know, he's talking to somebody. He's watching his what's the debate between him and Bella. And basically, they talk about the renewal fund because that's a big theme of this movie.
Yes.
The renewal fund. The mayor wants to renew, and Bella's just like, it's a failed system.
Right. She wants to get rid of it. Right.
We need to get rid of it. We need change in Gotham. All this good stuff. And basically the mayor is like, we have progressed. We had the biggest bust in Gotham history.
Yeah.
Marciano, is that his name? Marciano?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe that was the head guy that Falcone was the boss of, or was partners with in another crew.
Right.
And they were just like, we had the biggest bust in history. But Bella mentions that, hey, but drugs are still rapid, crime is getting higher. We in Gotham basically.
Yeah. Well, the drugs in here were called drips, right?
Yes. Right. Which was like
basically their eye drops.
Shit, like off of like Judge.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Cool.
Jeez.
You know they're pitching to come back with that same actor for a sequel. And everybody's begging Netflix to pick it up. But yeah, and so.
But then even when he's walking around on the phone, you get a little flash, and then you see the Joker. I mean the Riddler.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Riddler in the back, and it's like that seemed like some Batman type shit.
Yeah,
the stealth Batman type shit. That was more tripped out to me than anything.
I know, and then when he's behind, I'm thinking he's going to, kind of do a sticky. We seen that movie where, the guy walks behind, he doesn't see her, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to choke himself. He goes,
no, he just runs over, just starts bashing them like, damn.
Is his head ends and proceeds to set his first game. And basically, it really just starts from there.
Yeah.
The Batman is basically teaming up with Gordon,
Lieutenant Gordon,
who's not yet a commissioner.
Lieutenant Gordon,
exactly.
So he brings him to the scene, and everybody's looking like, "What the fuck's he doing here?"
Again, this is year 2.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine the first year, motherfuckers, we've been hearing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing stories. Right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at the end of the first year, you're like, oh, this motherfucker's for real. And then now, in the middle of year 2, he's being brought into a crime scene. And again, just the eyes on him, just everything, just fucking perfect. And it's a note, to the Batman. And basically, the Riddler starts playing the game. Yeah. And obviously it would be easier for us to be able to watch this movie from home and write down every fucking detail because I wish I could remember all the fucking riddles and the answers and everything. But all I can honestly say is they were well put together to the point where it honestly gave me vibes from like Saw and 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with like the hand getting cut off and Batman where's the blood, where all the blood coming from, the Batman noticing things on the ground. I liked how they did not use a lot of technology. They used a certain amount of technology. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things was the ones from his eyes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was able to.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
And even the screen that he was recording it on was a little weird. Yeah. They looked kind of like his eyes. Like the actual screen kind of fucking looked like his eyes. And he's looking at the scene. Again, you have the actual commissioner come in during the crime scene. Like, what the fuck is he doing there? I got all this media out here. Are you serious? Yeah. But on this, it really does seem like Commissioner Gordon and Batman are partners.
In a way, like he feels like he's actually here to help, and Gordon knows that, but people just see him as a freak.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because even when he brought him in and the guy, he's with me, you know, and he's like, fucking freak. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
and he's like, I bet you love this night, don't you? Love fucking Halloween, you son of a bitch. Right? And I will ask you, was this filmed a mixture between Chicago and New York?
Yes, it was.
Okay, because goddamn, Patty was just like, man, that looks like I'm in Wabash. You know what I'm saying? that looks like Washington and Wells over there.
Yeah, it was a mixture of both plus a couple other places.
Okay, shout out to Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Confidential Conversation. Best podcast in Chicago. Happy New Beer. But yeah. I heard a lot of people didn't like it because it was such slow pace. And I'm glad that you mentioned the fact that you felt the 3 hours, because I will say I felt it, but at the same time I didn't feel it. You know, I was looking.
Because you were so into it and shit.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You know, I was looking. I was like, damn, it's almost over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I will say,
I found something. The first riddle was, what does a liar do when he's dead? You remember the answer?
He lies still.
He lies still.
And that was really, really good, because basically the theme of the movie is that Gotham is so fucking corrupt and lost that everybody's in on it. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? And that's, that's even tripped out and in of itself. Man, I just don't even know how to, you know what I'm saying? I want to say so much, you know, and I want to even talk about the characters.
Like, we don't got to, you know what I mean? We don't have to go to the damn movie from beginning to end. Just talk about it, you know what I mean?
Like, it's for me, I fucking love this movie. And like I say, a lot of people, or some people rather, didn't like the whole slow pace. Let me be frank and clear. This is not, you know, there are certain types of movies. I was trying to, before you got here, try to sum up in you know, layman's terms, or even my own definition of when motherfuckers come over, what type of movies we can watch. You know what I'm saying?
I get you,
I come over your crib, and, you know, we drinking, you know, we doing some other things in the background. Oh, let me put on a movie that, even though we're not paying attention to it, you can still follow it. You may like it. You may rewatch it to get the details and shit, but you can rewatch it. To me, Dark Knight is like that.
Yeah.
Even maybe Batman Begins, you can make an argument. Mm-hmm. You know, you're like, oh, what's that do? Oh, yeah, this is a young Bruce Wayne. He's trained. You know, oh, okay, I get it now. You know, all that shit. This is not one of those movies.
No, this is long like this because this is a straight detective-ass movie.
Yes.
This is what it is, and that's why a lot of people, like real fans, love this movie, because it's like we actually get to see detective work.
Exactly.
And that's what he's supposed to be, the world's best detective.
And, you know, and
Detective Comics.
And there's that movie where you be like, hey, Melvin, why don't you come over, watch this movie. I think you really like it. And I'm going to sit down, no distractions, and we going to watch it.
Yeah.
And you going to be looking at me like, I told you.
Yeah, and that's that's the type of person I am too. Like, if I like something, I'll rewatch it with somebody and watch their reaction, and it makes me feel like I'm watching it again for the first time in a way.
Man, and this is that movie. This is not a movie for you to be on your phone.
Oh,
this is not that movie. And with that said, I will say this is not the most watchable Batman. You know what I'm saying? You can't play this at a family event.
No, yeah, I don't think you could play this for kids. Not saying that it's bad, but they wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's
too
what
long.
I've heard like, oh, I brought my son, and you know, he didn't like
They're
it.
expecting just Batman, not all this extra stuff. You know what I mean? But you know, this is a Batman for the original fans type
this
of.
This is an animated series. Like this is it. You know what I'm saying? And even Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, which I didn't know was Lenny Kravitz's.
You know that? Yeah, Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet.
I had no idea. Even her version of Catwoman was awesome.
She was so hot too.
man.
I'm
now,
like, wow. I knew she was hot, but when I saw her like walking in that hall with that wig and that dress, I was like, wow.
And the hip movement, and then, you know, she commanded all of her scenes. I like the fact I am a number one Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer. That's how I am. I mean, she across the board. But I will put Zoe Kravitz second. And that is no poo-pooing to Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. No. But to me, Catwoman felt more Spider-Man Black Cat-ish. Came from a rich background, and you just stealing shit to steal. I mean, obviously the Black Cat was stealing shit for a reason,
right?
But she just reminds me of a rich girl stealing shit.
You talking about the new one? This one?
No, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway. Okay.
Catwoman.
She was her reason, and Anne Hathaway was because she wanted a clean record. That's why that was the whole reason for her in that movie.
Yeah, and when I looked at it, and a lot of people argue Anne Hathaway, the Princess Diaries, you know, just made her look a little bit like, oh my god, like, you don't look grimy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, you don't look like you can be in the filth with Batman.
That's because we don't know her Zoe Kravitz from anything cheesy or anything like that. That's her main thing. You know what I mean? So this is like you remember her from other stuff after I like, damn, she wasn't Mad Max Fury Road. I forget that was her. I mean, she was in this other movie.
You know, some people say that's the worst Mad Max ever.
I thought that was a good movie. I like that movie, but you know,
she was phenomenal in her character. I would even suggest I don't know, DC so far back in terms of with Marvel and Disney, since Disney has this big, you know, giant machine behind them. But I would love to see a Catwoman series with Zoe Kravitz. You know what I'm saying? Maybe HBO Max. You know, DC and HBO seems to be in bed together. I don't know if HBO's bought DC.
Do you remember where said she was going at the end?
No.
I can't remember the place, but it's a part in the comic book in Batman world. It's the city she said. I just can't remember, but apparently that's where oh my god, the original Robin, who does he become?
Nightwing,
yeah. That's like the city he takes care of.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So that kind of like, maybe that's something else too, a hidden gem in there, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, we're introduced to Selena Kyle because what's Batman looking for? That he starts following her.
He's looking for answers on the girl that was with the mayor.
Right.
Because basically,
they found
as far
the
as the mayor's killing goes, the bottom line is the pictures were revealed and the mayor had something to do with maybe a prostitute or, you know, a stripper.
It just shows that he was fucking around on, the wife at that club.
Shit.
And then the Penguin was in the background. Mm-hmm. So that's when he first goes to the club as Batman. And he knocks on the door. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't give a fuck. And he just whoops her ass and bursts in there. And shit.
But I like how they closed the door and then opened it back up a minute later. We're both twins. He's like, okay. Yeah, and after all that,
the funny part is like later on when he comes back as Bruce Wayne. Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, you're Bruce Wayne. Come on in."
Comes back the last time.
He just sneaks in. He just sneaks in and shit. Basically,
that's pretty cool. And then we're introduced to the Penguin, Colin Farrell's character. I want to, God damn it, I can't.
Boy, what?
I wanted to show you the picture that they have of Colin Farrell here. Because it's fucking hilarious. And obviously you think of him as the Penguin.
Right.
But how did you feel about him as the Penguin?
I think he did good. I think he did phenomenal. I liked it. Like, I always liked him as an actor.
And he got a series. Also enough to get a series on HBO Max. And he was phenomenal as the Penguin. I will ask, how did you like Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne?
I mean, he wasn't right. That was probably the one thing I was thinking about, and you could tell like they kind of picked him like as Batman because he had a good jawline for the Batman.
Man, he looked good.
You know what I mean? But I mean, as it was just a different version of him, and I got used to it because it was like he's not that playboy millionaire. You know what I mean? He's not all that. He's kept to himself. You know, he did show himself. It was like, oh my God, Bruce Wayne. Oh my God. You know, like
I really, really liked that.
Yeah.
He's detached.
I just didn't know. I didn't like his hair. That's all.
Yeah, he is extremely detached.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is the eye makeup, the black around the eyes.
Oh yeah.
Because I saw a clip where in the original Batman, already showed Batman Returns when Michael Keaton's with Catwoman, when he rips his fucking mask off to show who he is. Like, they showed the scene before that, and you could tell he has the black makeup on, and then they cut to the scene right before he rips it off, and he doesn't have it no more. So it's like come on. I didn't know. You know, of course, you never noticed that before, but it's like, this makes it way more realistic because every Batman had to wear that.
Yeah. That
you
is
know,
very, very true. You're absolutely right about that. And speaking of Batman Returns, when he does take off his mask, I like the rubber.
The rubber, yeah.
Like coming up, he's like, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up as Batman? Because he is Batman, you idiot! I fucking love Batman Returns, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was
good old Christopher Walken. No.
Yeah, I forgot that was Christopher Walken. That's all appearing, like that whole scene in my mind. But yeah, man, it was so good.
So yeah, it was cool basically when he saw old girl Selena at the club and stuff, so he decided to follow her because he knew she had something to do with old girl.
Yeah, he ends up putting that eye technology thing in her eye, and she ends up meeting the Attorney General.
It was cool at first, like when he first started following her and stuff in her apartment, and when he noticed her change and jump out the window, he kind of had like a she's like me, you know, like kind of thing and everything. I
like how he was spying on her as just himself. He wasn't even Batman.
Yeah, he was
just like a dude on the roof with the black.
Right.
Yeah, and I really do like the relationship between him and this Alfred at this point in his life, because he does question Alfred and he goes like, you're not my father. You know, they have a bit of a back and forth, and I also like the scene with the cufflinks, like, your father gave me these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really
it's all that. Yeah, he's
that.
Like, I got people coming over. Like, why?
Yeah.
Because I can't get you to go over there.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't got time for this.
Yeah, and he doesn't. And it's the little things, ladies and gentlemen. Like when Alfred is trying to decipher, he's trying to help Bruce with the puzzle, and Bruce he's so used to being out at night, he has to put on shades to see.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And even at the end of the movie where he's hanging on and he puts the grenade on the smoke and the smoke comes up and then he bounces back on the platform and does the Michael Keaton bat turn, I was like, oh my fucking God. I almost flipped out. I was about to stand up in the theater like, y'all know that's the Michael Keaton bat turn, right? You know what I'm saying? Before he threw Joker in the pool, that's that bat turn. Oh man, it's the little things. And again, we were talking about Gotham as a city. So much corruption.
Oh yeah.
Selena ends up getting the Attorney General's eye. She ends up meeting Falcone, who we later find out is her dad.
Father.
Which was an interesting twist.
Yes.
Very, very interesting twist.
Her mother used to work at the club and all that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, again, I'm not poo-pooing on this Falcone. I feel like he was more laid back, more smooth, more chill, strangling type of mobster. You know what I'm saying? You know, like to use his hands type of thing. And pool cue. But yeah, he was okay. Yeah. And the Attorney General gets fucked. Like, that's the scene where they're going to the mayor's funeral.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is, during the police scene with the Batman, I do like when Batman is looking at the kid.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? And even when
because he's feeling for him. Yeah. Because it's like, I lost my parents, you just lost your dad, you know? Like.
And I love it when they're in the Batcave, which looked badass, by the way.
Yeah.
He's looking at the rerun, and then after he got that confrontation with Alfred looks at him looking at the kid who's looking at him, and he's feeling the exact same shit. Talk about depth of emotion here, people. Like, oh my God. But yeah, and that is when he even meets Bella. And you know, the running joke that was on the trailer. You want to take the shot?
Sure.
Should we call it a bat shot?
Bat shot.
Bella tells him, because it's clear that she's going to be mayor, basically. After the original mayor died, it's clear. And she's basically telling him, like, hey, man, you know, your parents were, you know, philanthropists, and I need you to, you know, kind of live up to that hype, man. Like, we ain't seen you like you. And he kind of gives that smirk, and we also kind of chuckle. Yeah, like, he's Batman. Yeah. Like, I almost was like, he's Batman, bitch. Like, what the
Leave
fuck?
him alone.
You know what I'm saying? But we also get that, Bruce, you are so it almost reminds me of me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're detached.
So detached. Like how many times he said vengeance and fear, blah, blah, blah. And if you don't notice, they rarely say Batman in this movie.
Yes.
One of the times I can really remember when they say Batman is when he's thinking that the Riddler's figured out who he was. And he tells Gordon, he's like, I think this is over. He's like, what? This whole Batman thing type of shit.
Yeah.
So they rarely could say Batman.
Vengeance. Right. And it's so funny because I remember Ben Affleck in Daredevil. What you see coming, the train, it's justice. That's what it is. Justice.
Don't ever bring up
killing people.
The Daredevil again. You know, don't ever bring up that
bad.
movie again.
He wasn't that bad. Okay. No. You know, I went on my very first date and took a girl to see Daredevil. And I was funny because during the kissing
That's
scene,
why you liked it. No,
it was funny. The kissing scene, I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if we could kiss right now. During the kissing, we didn't kiss. No. Totally embarrassed. But yeah, man. Now, the Riddler. Paul Dano. How'd you feel?
He did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fucking loved him.
Loved him, yeah.
Even obviously, I know he wasn't a part of the actual Riddle, but even the Riddler himself as a character in this film, uncovering everything and bringing it to life.
Because it turned out basically that fund, whatever, that Thomas Wayne tried to start when he was running for mayor, but then got killed. Yeah, that it was something that apparently was up for grabs, something that everybody took advantage of, or Falcone really took advantage of.
After he worked so hard to get this fund, it was like $1 billion every year or some shit.
So it was supposed to help out orphanages and stuff, but it just fucked up over. And apparently, find out that the Riddler was an orphan, and he was part of the you know at the place where Thomas Wayne made the speech and everything about the fund and how he's going to help the orphans out and all that. You know, so that's what made him kind of.
Now, what's so crazy is Gotham City. You know? Yeah, Gotham City, unfortunately, is already a very, very bad place.
Of course.
Now, could we imagine what the orphanage could be like? And even at the end of the movie, the Riddler tells him, he's just like, look, dude, like, there were some nights where it was so cold the babies died. Yeah. Where the rats would eat your fingers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm hearing about is this motherfucker, Bruce Wayne. And I will say, when I originally saw it at first, that scene, the confrontation between him and Batman, I thought he knew who he was.
Oh, when he was saying his name, Bruce Wayne.
And he said like about 3 times. And then,
I know, I was like, oh shit. Viewing,
I noticed him say, he's like, he lives up there. And I was like, he's blaming Bruce in general.
Right. Even though he was a fucking kid at the time. You can blame his father if you want, even though it wasn't really his fault when you find out later.
And
you know?
He's not only blaming Bruce Wayne, but he's blaming the
That's
media.
How you know, right. But that's how you know he's fucking psychotic, basically.
Man. And even so, I loved how he was like, are we on the same team? I thought we were going to be doing this together because your vengeance. And he has a fucking point because the bottom line is Falcone was able to get so much of the renewal fund where he was just able to pay off everyone.
Exactly.
Cops, judges, the mayor. One thing I did like about John Turturro's character was when he did get arrested, he said, "Don't you know? You work for me." I fucking love that line. Yeah. That line was like, why couldn't I get this the whole movie? You know
Riddle number 2. Follow the maze until you find the rat. Bring him into the light, and you'll find where I'm at.
And they were assuming it was the Penguin.
Yeah. Reveal to the police the informant who to inform it to the public, and the Riddler will reveal where he's been hiding.
Yes.
That was the answer. So, yeah, that's when he goes after the Penguin, right? They had that chase and all that. That badass chase scene.
I have to ask you, honestly. This chase scene or the Dark Knight? Joker. When they're trying to get Harvey into a secure place.
Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. Dark Knight.
I have to go this one. And the only reason I have to go this one, I feel like both of them to a certain degree are extremely unrealistic.
Yeah.
But god damn, this Batmobile and the car.
The Batmobile was nice. Because it was nothing like so gadgety about it or nothing. It just had the turbo, if anything, the nitrous or whatever.
I love the fact that we really even got to see the car.
Yes.
Like it was like,
because he was traveling on a little motorcycle as Bruce Wayne and shit, and then boom, like I knew it was coming out right there and then, but it was just like, it was nice. I liked it.
Oh my god! And I'm not, it's not even an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's between the Dark Knight chase.
Yeah, no.
This one.
And I mean, it's one thing to like the Batmobile more, but I really think the chase scene in Dark Knight,
the Joker,
that was
get me. Yeah, definitely.
This was good too. Of course.
I think this would have been better.
I got you.
I would think this would have been better if they would have showed that trailer.
Yeah.
With that trailer.
Because it's like you already knew it was coming.
You already knew the ending, but if you didn't, my God, that scene where the car fucking flips.
Yep.
And then when the whole thing is breaking apart on the highway, that was like 8K, 50K. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it just looked so tremendous.
It was nice. Definitely.
Man, like I really do feel like DC in general is in a good position here. And I really do hope so. Like I'm a wrestling fan. Like I don't watch WWE religiously. Like I'll look at the highlights just like AEW. But what I want is competition to make both people better. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Marvel fan. I love Spider-Man. I think he may be my second best superhero that I love. I like, what I'm saying? Like, I want both of them to be good. And then I want a fucking crossover. God damn it.
I DC
want
Marvel?
Batman versus Captain America. You know what I'm saying? I want Superman versus... Who? Thor?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm trying to think of the Superman and Marvel. Like, Thor
I was this Incredible Hulk, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want that.
Yeah.
I really do.
That would be. That'll never happen, though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
I never say never. I know, but I'm just like I don't see it.
Shit, that would be like a $2 billion film in the summer and shit.
God.
And I think it's more of like the fanboys. Oh, fuck DC. Oh, fuck Marvel type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you're definitely gonna have people picking sides.
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna be.
And again, I like the hope that this movie represents. The ending, you know what I mean? And like I said, we do find out that everybody is basically running by Falcone, but Falcone is also the rat, even though he's like the chief rat.
Which brings me to riddle number 3.
Go ahead.
You are El Rata Alada. Which basically means you are the rat with wings.
Yes. So
people, right away. That's why they kind of went after Penguin too. Mm-hmm. But then when they caught Penguin and Penguin was like, "What the fuck's wrong? Did you guys say basic Spanish?"
Yeah, I love that.
It's a La Rata. It's not El Rata. So it turned out the answer to the riddle was not URL Rata. It was a URL. website, La Rata Alada. You know what I mean?
Now, one of the, I heard a critic, a very big YouTuber critic, mention that, like, I love the Batman, and in the Dark Knight, it's hard to become the Joker. You can become the Riddler.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Of course, that's just so. This made it way more realistic. Definitely, this is probably the best interpretation of Riddler ever. You know what I mean? Like, dark as hell. You know, even in the old school shit, Riddler was more of a funny comedy. You know what I mean? You had Jim Carrey you thought was the perfect Riddler for what he was, but it was just like, this is what you want, dude. This is what Zodiac, you want. You know, killer. It was so good.
Oh my, Unabomber type shit, like for real. And you know, we even get the scene where I thought for a second, I was like, wow, did they just kill off Alfred? Because you never know, you know, different adaptations of Batman.
That was the same way. Like, damn, is he dead? Like,
you know, and I like that even whole scene, because what Bruce finds out is his family, specifically his mother, does have a sign of mental illness, which is interesting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So, because when Thomas Wayne was running
also,
for...
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit. You know, obviously, I'm not, you know, saying the same universe, but this is...
But yeah, that was a main part of the movie, that you find out when Thomas Wayne's running for mayor that a reporter threatens to release stuff about his wife. So apparently that's what happens. He goes to Falcone to shut him up.
Yeah, who actually he helped out because Falcone got shot in the chest.
Right.
And then they couldn't go to a hospital because he was a mob guy, but he knew Thomas Wayne was a doctor, Hippocratic Oath.
Right.
Bruce jokes about.
Right. Hippocratic Oath. Yeah, that's the only reason why he did it.
Exactly, which is true.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
of course.
I'll give him that. And basically he picks him up. So he, like you say, he does act.
Yeah, he has a favor, but Falcone takes it to the next level. Like, he didn't want him to kill the guy, kill the reporter, but Falcone killed him and said, "Oh, you asked me for a favor, so now this is on you."
Exactly.
So he got something on him.
And,
you know what I mean?
The way Alfred describes it, he was going to go to the police.
He was going to go to the police, and that night he got killed. So you're telling me Falcone is the one that killed him? Like, I can't say for sure.
Exactly.
But that's what it looks like.
You know, and I'm so interested because the Joker has so many different origins now. Like, you know, it's always at least from the original Michael Keaton Batman, the Joker killed your parents, basically.
Right, exactly.
Even in Batman, The Mask of the Phantasm, one of my fucking favorite movies. I remember when my mom bought that for me on VHS.
There's people that think that's the #1 Batman movie.
I am so waiting for them to do them. Like, Matt Reeves could do that.
Yeah.
I thought Christopher
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if the second movie kind of based. Like I said, the first movie was based off the Long Halloween. You know?
You know, that would be cool. You know, and I don't want everything, because I know Joker had a lot of influence in that movie, and he went a lot of different, like, you know. Yeah, but anyways. That's such a fucking good movie. The Mask of the Phantasm. But yeah, man, like, I really enjoyed what Matt Reeves, what Robert Pattinson, what DC is trying to do. You know, it took a few years. We had to go through some heartaches. Yeah. I am not here to say
this just looks like the beginning. And I love it.
And I am not here to say that I hated Batman vs. Superman or Justice League. You know, I thought they were okay. One of the big reasons why I did like this movie was because it was so grounded. And although the Riddler did per se fuck up the city, because he does end up setting bombs off. I mean, to me,
there was no happy ending here.
Yeah, you are absolutely right with that. But I would take that better than an entire city destroyed because the Hulk and a fucking being had a fight. Like, I am so used to like, Marvel to me is they've put themselves in a corner.
Yeah.
So much stuff has happened on our world.
But they bring it up.
And I'm not saying
they talk about it.
Don't get me wrong, their universe, it seems like they have it well controlled. But even when we reviewed the Eternals, I was like, how did none of the Avengers come here? Like, no one?
Yeah.
Not one? I mean, you could at least send a motherfucking agent flying in a jet, like, okay, reporting to you. Like, at this point, they should know everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah. And it's not even just the Avengers, just the Fury, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
Shield should know what's going on, right?
I mean, here it was grounded to the point of, yes, the Riddler fucked up the city by flooding it, but it wasn't like he destroyed downtown.
You can't really compare, but you can't really compare Eternals to Batman either.
What I'm saying, Marvel in general.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I mean. Like,
I feel like in the beginning of Marvel, it was better than that. You know what I mean? In the beginning,
and again,
because it's like with this Batman, it's not like they're saying there's other heroes around to call and help him out.
Yeah, that's very true. And even in like Justice League and Batman vs Superman, I mean, again, Darkseid, they destroy a lot of shit. Like, I'm getting to the point where it's just like, can we just have a fight and you guys destroy a couple blocks? Like you.
Well, I mean, this is to me, especially with the Marvel and even because they did that shit like that in Man of Steel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're so. Their power is so big, like you have to show that.
Yeah,
that's why I don't mind. I don't mind the whole thing because it's like that's what's really gonna happen.
Yeah, and I totally get it.
Have a clean fight.
I totally understand because you're absolutely right about that. My whole thing is how much of us are left to witness this, nigga.
There's millions.
Like that's all I'm saying. Like,
but I know, but you can say that.
Went through a building downtown, the whole building came down.
But that was supposed to happen in the Batman too.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're absolutely right about that. But yeah, that's all I'm saying because I do feel like Gotham did get flooded, but it wasn't like extremely catastrophic where it was just like, oh my god, type of thing. I feel like although the Riddler did do this, it was very grounded. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you here, man. I can go on and on and on here. And I think I'm gonna put it at a 10 to 15% possibility that maybe do a Batman revisited where we may do like a 20-minute straight story through, or maybe some more
I don't think you can do that in 20 minutes.
Man, exactly. But like
Riddle number 4.
As I pour a shot.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind, but when it's denied, it's violence you may find. Do you remember the answer?
I don't.
Justice.
Yes. And that was that the last riddle?
Nope, there's one more.
Okay.
No,
what did that justice?
Two.
Was that the one where he was asking the Attorney General those when they were? Yeah, that was that scene, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is the first of 3 riddles posed to the district attorney, and to which correct answers will be unlock the bomb that is strapped to his neck.
Yes, and he refused to give it up. That just shows how the city.
Yeah, that was the first of 3. So the next one, if you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye? And the answer for that is bribe.
Exactly. Straight bribe in the Attorney General. He's like 10,000.
Exactly.
10,000 a month.
Then the third one was since your justice is so select, please tell us which vermin you're paid to protect. The rat.
The Falcone. And he didn't want to give him up.
Exactly.
Now.
Because he was like, you don't know, I have a family. I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what he was concerned about. I'm a dead man already, right.
And I guess we could talk about the final scene. When Batman does come in, when they're locked in the, I would say, arena. Yeah, they're in the Gotham Center arena, the Gotham, Madison.
Yeah.
Gotham Square Garden.
Gotham Square Garden, right.
Yeah. And love the entrance. Although, I'm being real, I think he killed a couple of people with the breaking the glass and the shit coming down.
No.
I loved the shot of adrenaline. Mm-hmm. My God.
He took it because he was taking shots here and there, gunshots here and there, and it was just. And I love that they did that with the suit. That was just like just walking through, fucking people up. But he took a shotgun to the chest.
Man,
that fucked him up.
He shot that man. He shot that shot of the driller, and my boy went crazy. They was all like, "Oh, back up! Dude, you okay? You okay?"
A lot of, there's a lot of people out there that are like, it was green. That's the stuff that Bane takes. Like, shut the hell's adrenaline? Stop it. Trying to make extra shit out of nothing.
Could have been from the Umbrella Corporation.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah, and I love the part where he goes down to help, and then he
cuts the wire so it doesn't shoot. He goes down into the water. And he basically realized that's when he in that part, the guy that shot him or whatever, he was like, "Who are you?" Mm-hmm. And the guy said, "I'm vengeance," and that's what made him say, "Whoa,
yeah, I did like that."
That's what made him say, "What am I doing wrong here?" You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because crime is up and all this,
and even the Riddler thought they were on the same page,
and that's why he's like, "I'm doing shit wrong. It shouldn't just be about fear and fear." And
we've been drinking lately. We've been drinking. This is like the second.
Fear and vengeance
today.
It's not about fear and vengeance. The people need hope, some kind of beacon of hope. So that's what made him think about it. So after he cut the wire and fell in the water, he went to the people and reached his hand out, and everybody seemed to be scared of him. Like no one wanted until the kid first. A kid grabbed the same kid. Yes,
I love
put
that
his
shit,
hand out,
man.
And he came, and then the old girl did. You know what I mean? Like nobody wanted to grab his hand.
Meanwhile, I will say one thing about the Mayor Bella when when Gordon was like, "Hey, don't go out there." She's like, "That's the difference between me and you. You guys of Gotham are so afraid to stand up." And she goes out there and really gets her ass shot.
I was like, "Bitch, you gonna die! Bitch, you gonna die!"
Oh my God! I was like, "Oh yeah, she's dead. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a new mayor." And yeah, she just gets shot in the arm though. But yeah, I do like it. I even like at the end when he's talking about the hope and he sits the woman down to be carried away from the helicopter, and she doesn't want to leave him because she's like, you can protect me type of thing. Oh my God, I get it.
There was also another funny scene was when Batman went to the Riddler's place. Mm-hmm. And to look for clues and stuff, and the cop came in. You're not supposed to be in here. Just looks at him.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I love that silence look.
Yeah, he just looked at him.
He was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
They start touching. They're like, you're not supposed to touch that. He just looks at him again. All right.
He gives him the clue because that's the same guy that was like fucking freak.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like the old school 70s cop leather jacket that they got. Like I actually
it was
really
cool.
Like
that leads to Riddle number 7 actually.
All right.
In that apartment because remember it was like when I grew up from a seed. I grew up from a seed as tough as a weed, but in a mansion in a slum, I'll never know where I come from. Do you know what I am? Mm-hmm. It's orphan.
Yep.
So that's basically when he finds he basically puts everything together. The weapon for the first kill of the mayor was a damn carpet remover. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. All this was a hint for Batman at the same time. It was all planned out from the fucking beginning.
Yeah.
So when he found that, he realized what he was doing, took that carpet, lift that floorboard, and found a map of the city where all the bombs were.
Yes.
To cause that flood. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool. I like that.
Exactly. And again, I like what the Riddler had to say. He's like, bro, I'm an orphan. You're an orphan, but you rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Sir Alistair Thorne from Game of Thrones. You don't know code.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. You don't know what the life is out on these streets. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucking boy Bruce Wayne, so what? He got his parents killed. He ain't no motherfucking orphan.
Right.
That's I love that shit.
Yeah, how can you say he's an orphan? True. He's still rich. He's still got a home.
He even got Catwoman, which a lot of people had an issue with the whole white privilege line.
Yeah.
But again, you have to understand where she is coming from. I understand if you're tired of that narrative. But where she is coming from, she grew up in the slums. And she is agreeing with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody is saying no more lies.
Shot.
Yep. Shout out to the Batman. So, man, like, I love it. I am hopeful. This makes me happy. Really do for DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait for The Flash. I can't wait for Black Adam.
Of course, you know they pushed everything back.
Yeah, I heard. I heard a lot of people upset.
Yes, I'm upset.
But you know, if that's what they got to do to take their time, go ahead. You know, do your thing.
I know all this has been pushed back, but then you never know. All of a sudden, boom, it's here.
Yeah, my whole thing is, I still honestly feel like, and this is probably going to be our longest podcast ever.
Oh yeah.
That Ben Affleck can still come back as Batman.
He's gonna play it one more time in the Flash.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do feel like
so is Michael Keaton. No.
Man, I really do feel like that DC has something going here. If you don't want to do the universe, don't do the universe. You can do stand-alone movies.
Did you know that Michael Keaton's also gonna be playing Batman again?
I didn't.
Yeah, and another something else. Like, this is just the beginning. They're talking possibly Batman Beyond.
Dude.
Possibly. You know what I mean? That's just a rumor.
That's what
but
I'm
that would be
saying.
badass.
Like, that would be awesome. And now I remember, before we let you go, ladies and gentlemen, you were telling me something about the extra credits after the credits, because you were like, "Hey, did you look it up?" And I said, "Yeah." I personally thought it was a trope.
Right. Do you want to mention the whole Joker?
Oh,
yeah, when he's locked up and shit.
Yes, he is locked up. Joker does give him a riddle.
Yeah, they say he's not the Joker yet, apparently, but you're supposed to know the little comments he makes. Oh, they want you to be a clown, so blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Everybody likes to come back, type of thing, and gives him his own riddle. You know, that basically the answer is friendship or a friend
it's
or whatever.
Basically a friend.
Yeah, so they both start cackling at the end.
And I don't necessarily mind different Jokers. I'll see what he's made of. You know, if he ain't made of shit, I'll. But
apparently, they're saying we don't know. That's the whole answer. We don't know. Why is he in there already? Did he caught by Batman already? Or
and then you know the gangs even in the movies had the Joker look. You know what I mean?
The makeup. Yeah. I don't know if it's supposed to be the Joker look though.
I thought it was. Yeah,
to me, it looked more like skulls.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, I personally thought that the ending after the credits was just a troll to Marvel, just like goodbye, the Riddler.
No, apparently, it flashed the website that basically they gave in the movie, the Rata Lata, and because remember in the movie they had that's where all the people were following him, and that's how he got his little army or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the following.
When they first released it, the day of the release, if you would have went on it, it was something else than what's there now.
Oh, wow.
If you would have went on there early, it gave you a series of riddles, and if you would have got them right, it would have led you to a zip file that opened up into Thomas Wayne's campaign speech.
Bro, if they would have opened up into the Batman movie, you could have just watched it there.
No, not like that. Calm down. But it opened up to that, and then it went during him talking, showing his campaign commercial, he put across a hush, and that's another famous Batman series, the Hush series.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, ooh, what's that? So, but now if you go on that website, it gives you a series of numbers, and then it takes you somewhere else to say, click here for your prize, and it says loading, and apparently every day that loading goes up. So when you click on that, it takes you to one of the ciphers that he left for everybody. So, people figured out the ciphers and got all the letters. So what it came out to was, you think I'm finished, but perhaps you don't know the full truth. Every ending has a new beginning. Something is coming. So that's what it was. But in the first page, all those numbers and dates, basically those numbers were dates, and each date was something specific. Like the first one was, it was at 27/5/1939. So it was issue number 27 of the Detective Comics that was released May of 1939, and it was the first appearance of Batman in the Detective Comic. The next one was number one comic the Batman #1 comic from March of 1940, which was the first appearance of Catwoman and Joker.
Okay.
Then it was Detective Comics number 58, was the Penguin's first appearance. Then it was Detective Comics number 140, the Riddler's first appearance.
Okay.
Batman 405, Falcone's first appearance. Batman number 16, Alfred's first appearance. The last one was just the date of the movie release for this Batman, but the one before that is the whole thing. Is basically Batman number 258, Two-Face's first appearance. So this is supposed to say that Two-Face is going to be the villain.
Do you know who
for
they
the
really
next
want
one.
to do it? You know who they've been pitching?
Who's that?
John Baratheon,
Really?
the Punisher. That's who they've been pitching. I saw it on Facebook. A couple of.
I mean, I love him as the fucking Punisher.
Yeah. Now I was just like, I could see that too.
Yeah.
You know, because he got the bigger, lips and shit like that, and then Two-Face got the lips like.
But like, when I found out it was the guy from Eternals playing the Joker or whatever, I'm like, I could see it because he's got kind of like that wide mouth and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not mad about that.
I feel you.
You know,
Man, I love this movie. Once again, like I said,
I know we missed a little shit here and there, but we were
of
just
course.
having
And
a damn
maybe,
conversation.
And you know what? Like I say, maybe we'll revisit it. Who knows?
Who knows?
But we got a lot of stuff just coming out, so it may not be anytime soon. I do know the Batman comes out on HBO Max in about 40 days. So maybe, who knows, a month and a half from now, if we need more content out there, we may come out with a revision and just talk about certain details that we missed, or just talk about the straight story and how we liked it. But, I mean, like I say, I would be like, Ito, Renee, come over the crib. Let's watch the Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, phones down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have to. You know, me and you, the type of movie watchers where that ain't even need to be said. But you know, Renee. You know what I'm saying?
Millennial.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is this movie. This is not a movie that you gonna push play at a party.
Like,
it's just
definitely.
not.
And like I said, I was just so happy I didn't have to use the damn bathroom.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
We are
the Carbonation Conversation.
And we love you. Peace.